Good evening, guys, and welcome back to the Fergie Way with me, Teach FM, episode 18, now season 4. Of course, today we are going to be playing West Ham. However, there's been more news. Once again, Real Madrid still chasing Martial, so much so that Zinedine Zidane is employing the same tactic I did with Dybala, constantly appearing at the games. Not going to let him go, though. He's not come to me saying that he's turned his head or anything like that, so it is what it is. And the other news is that Tottenham have gone on to win the EFL Cup. We can see it on the right-hand side of our screen there. So I did think it was worth mentioning because Tottenham are doing, quite well. As we can see, they're currently sat on top of the Premier League. However, if we do get our result today against West Ham, it's going to put us top on goal difference, so it's not to worry about there. We will take a look at Spurs. We'll just take a look at their schedule, actually, and look at the run of games they've been having. They've been doing really well. Now, West Ham were the team who took 3 points off them just recently. That's why I can get back in today. As we can see in the Europa League, that they are through. They got a home win, then they got an away draw, so they're through in the Europa League. But we will go take a look at our schedule now and see what's happened since the last LiveCom. So as we know, in the last LiveCom, we did, of course, suffer a defeat at our bitter rivals, Manchester City. We lost 2-1, which was a bit of a shame. However, the lads seem to have picked back up. We then had a home game against Stoke, and as you can see, Martial grabbed himself a couple of goals. Dybala came on off the bench to grab himself a goal as well. This is one of the games where Zidane turned up after it came out in the press afterwards that Zidane was looking at Martial. Martial apparently desperate for a move, although he's not said anything yet. It'll be interesting when he does. We then went away to Bristol City in the FA Cup. I said about this game it wasn't one that I was going to play, but Memphis Depay grabbing himself a couple of goals, which is good to see because he's been out the squad quite a lot with injury this season, and when he's been called upon just towards the end of the season, which is good because we're now at the point of the season where fixture congestion is going to be huge. I mean, we're still in the FA Cup, we're in the Champions League, we're still trying to claim points in the Premier League, so we are going to need as many fit strikers as possible. And more to the point, my stance on players saying they want to leave. If Martial comes to me saying he wants to move to Real Madrid, he's not going to get played, so that's going to drop us to 3 strikers. So it's good that Memphis has come back and is in firing form. And then, as I said, I wouldn't come back for the other leg against Beşiktaş because we did so well in the away tie, winning 5-2. So when we got to the home leg, as you can see, now James Rodriguez, who in Matt's absence hasn't played that much because I played Angel Gomez quite a bit. So he came in, not only has he scored a couple of goals, he set a couple up, Pogba getting one quite late on, Martial and Memphis Depay also grabbing a goal. So we ran out 5-0 winners, which leads us to, if we just have a look, the Champions League quarter-final draw. So we have got a game today, as you know, but I just thought, as the draw was coming up just before I was starting to record the episode, it was definitely worth watching. So we look at the teams down there. We've got Monaco, Barcelona, Manchester City, PSG, Real Madrid, Porto, Atletico Madrid, who you guys won't know, but Atletico Madrid are destroying La Liga this year. Probably hence why Real Madrid are chasing all my players. So we're going to go into the hat, and we are actually first out of the hat. So I don't really have a preference of who I want. I think it'd be quite nice to have a Porto or a Monaco so we can save the bigger teams to last. I certainly don't really want Atletico because, as I say, they've got something like a 12-point lead in La Liga. So, as I say, it'd be nice to get an easy passage this year. And we get Monaco, so that's a result. So I'm just going to draw the rest of the teams. We'll have a look at any of the interesting ties. Madrid and City, Barca and Atletico. So what's quite good here is that if you were to look at this and assuming we get through, and it is an assumption, I'm not sure how well Monaco are playing. We'll take a look when we get to that game. But if PSG went through, and then basically Atletico and Barcelona, if any of them get knocked out, we're happy. And of course, Real Madrid and City, if any of them got knocked out, we're happy. Ordinarily, we'd say sod it, would play City all day long. Of course, they have just beaten us though, so it's not really somewhere where I want to go in the next round of the Champions League. So that was that. That's the news. Not really anything else left to say, other than I'll see you on game day where, of course, we're going to be playing West Ham. My bad, guys. Did just come to look at the schedule. One thing I really should mention is the FA Cup semi-final tie will be against Newcastle. So yeah, definitely one that we're going to be seeing. And wouldn't you believe it, I'm just cycling through the game just to get us to game day so I can have the match selection screen. And Rashford's out for 3 to 4 weeks. Now, we were talking about Martial and about whether he gets his head turned by Real Madrid. This could prove problematic because I won't play Martial if he has his head turned. Period. Not going to happen. So we might end up with just 2 strikers. Not great. We've been in this position before at the latter end of the season. So hopefully, Rashford, get yourself fit and firing pretty soon, lad. And hopefully Real Madrid don't turn Martial's head just yet. So here we are then, guys, at game day. We are, of course, playing at Old Trafford, so we'll start with the home team, that's United. Now, we've got an international break coming up, so I wasn't too worried about the fitness of any of the players. Knowing my fucking luck, though, probably going to lose a load to injury, because you know how it works here on the Fergie way. Anyway, so we've got De Gea in the sticks with Alaba, Bailly, Smalling and Darmian. We then have Pogba, Neves and Sanchez sat in the middle with James Rodriguez sat behind Paulo Dybala and Martial replacing Rashford up top due to, of course, the injury he suffered in training on the run into the game. If we look at the West Ham team, who are fresh off the back of a 7-1 destroying of Feyenoord in the Europa League, they've got Rico in net with Cresswell, Ogbonna, Hendricks and Esgaio maybe, right back, as you know with my pronunciations, not going to get them all right. They then have Gylfi Sigurdsson and Jordan Henderson in the middle with Ayew, Barkley, Riki and Zaza all sat up top. Now, Simone Zaza is the type of player who does try and break the back line. He's basically like a modern day Inzaghi hanging on the back man. So we are going to combat that when it comes to the team instructions. Roy's saying kick a right load of people. We're also going to kick Ross Barkley because he's made of glass. And we're going to carry on to the team talk. So we do need to encourage the players to prove a point here. So we're going to tell them passionately that we want them to play well because the media have been backing them and all that good stuff. Not going to bother telling them anything independently. However, like I said, going to sit slightly deeper because Zaza is going to be doing his damnedest to get through the back line. So the Fergie way is getting towards its busy period, guys. Like fixture congestion at the moment is going to be mental. Of course, we have double legs of Champions League games coming up that are always going to be worth watching. We're in the quarters now, so every game's going to be so important. James standing over a free kick, it gets knocked down, Martial jumps on the end of it. We're 1-0 up, 8 minutes in at Old Trafford, and once again, I get stung when trying to have a quick talk at the beginning of a game. And it was one of those free kicks that just appear. James hits it, Rico gets a save, somehow he dived in the middle of his net, which was silly. Gives us a 1-0 lead, less than 10 minutes on the clock though, so happy fucking days. So yeah, busy end of the season, innit? You know, we get all these games coming thick and fast now, so many of them are going to want a live com. Fortunately, from a Premier League standpoint, we actually don't have that many big games left. As you know, we've had gluts of massive games earlier on in the season. So Tottenham's the penultimate game. So if we have to balance it out by not having any Premier League games on the go, we will do, but only time's going to tell. So it's Sanchez playing it out to Ruben Neves. Neves plays it out wide now to Darmian. Is he going to get across? And he does to Pogba. Pogba powers it right towards the middle of the net. But Rico was more than a match for it. And it will now be a corner with James. Near post, it gets nodded out though. Pogba collects it. It's Neves, so Rodriguez, with a low ball put towards the box, but West Ham have won possession back and march it out. Alaba advancing towards the halfway line, plays it into James. James 3 men round him, but he squares it to Sanchez. It's Pogba now. Pogba loses possession, but Neves intercepts, wins it back. Martial on the ball to Pogba. They are swamping our attacking players as soon as we get anywhere near him. But Sanchez in possession now, moving out towards the right-hand side. Once again, 3 men closing down at the earliest opportunity. It's Pogba. Makes himself a little bit of space. Great ball into Martial, who did shoot near the near post. Rico gets a save. We do win a corner. 22 minutes on the clock. Can we get a very commanding lead early on? Edge of the area. It's going to land with Sanchez. Sanchez, is he going to have a crack? Dybala, I thought he got snapped there, Sanchez. He didn't move. Oh, why did no one just shove a foot out? It's Martial, loses possession to Cresswell, and it goes out for a throw-in. Sanchez in the middle of the park to James. Forward to Martial. Martial's lost possession, though. James wins it back. It's Pogba to Sanchez. James now to Dybala. Dybala makes a bit of space, puts it out wide to Alaba. Will he just whip it in? Martial at the near post. Once again, 2 men closing him down so fast. And West Ham are making it very difficult for us here today. Oh, great ball from Sanchez across to Martial. I thought Martial might have been offside. Wasn't the case. However, it did go wide of the post. It's Dybala out with Darmian. Back with Dybala now as he advances into the box. Pogba doesn't get his shot away quick enough. I think it was Ogbonna was more than quick enough to put his way in front of the shot. We won a corner though. It's Neves towards the back stick. Bailly's going to keep it in. Nod it down towards Pogba. Pogba's out on this right hand side now to Dybala, who does take a snapshot. Goes wide of the post. 62% possession with half an hour gone. It's going quite well. So Ogbonna now. Forward towards Simone Zaza. Out to Cresswell. Darmian stepped up and left loads of room for Ayew then. It's Ayew now. Darmian does win the ball back. Well played, Darmian. Sanchez to Pogba. Look at the space of Martial in the middle there. Pogba's managed to run into trouble. Gives it out to Alaba. In towards Sanchez. Is he going to crack it? He doesn't. It's Dybala to Sanchez. Pogba with a shot from distance. Looked like a poor deflection from Ogbonna. It goes down as an own goal. Unfortunately, Rico stood no chance. The shot came in. The ball made such a different direction after it left Pogba's foot. So Pogba's shot was probably going wide. Ogbonna had stuck his leg out. Tipped it into the net. We don't mind, no 2-0 in 3 important points, ones that we need to climb back to the top of the league. We'll take it. So although we have got 2 clear-cut chances, 2 goals, I'm okay about it. However, as we know, Pogba's goal, or Ogbonna's own goal, was definitely not clear-cut. Dybala with 3 men round him, plays it out to Darmian. Darmian tries playing the ball to Neves on the edge of the area, but it doesn't make it there. It's Neves now to Pogba. Pogba could give it Martial, and he does do. 3 men once again, swamping Martial. Playing a very defensive game, West Ham, and Zaza's trying to break that back line now. Neves doesn't manage to get in the way of him. Played out to Ross Barkley, but Sanchez wins it back. Pogba releases Martial down the left now. He's cutting inside. Martial, what a finish. What a finish. That's almost like Martial in real life, coming in off the left wing. I mean, that's maybe where he would do if I didn't decide to play him as a striker. But as we can see, he's running at one defender. He just jinks inside. Right foot, curling effort towards the back top corner. Absolute, well, it's not a worlder, but a cracker. An absolute cracker. 3-0. Half time, obviously, we are chuffed to bits. Martial's grabbed himself a couple of goals, which is brilliant. Pleased with the performance, lads. Keep it going. 8.7 from Martial, so we are going to passionately tell him that he's doing very, very well. Push the lads out into the second half. Don't have to worry too much just yet about making any substitutions because, as I say, from a fitness point of view, I've not really got a right lot to worry about because there's going to be a week or 10-day break for international football, where, of course, all my players will get injured. Yay! Pogba now to Sanchez. Sanchez back to Pogba. Plays it back, safe ball to Ruben Neves, who plays it to James. James with a shot from distance. Rico tips it over the bar. We are going to win a corner. As we can see down on the bottom of the screen now, West Ham has changed their shape. They've got 2 DMs, they've got 2 strikers. They're obviously finding that Simone Zaza's not having that much luck up top on his own. So, it'll be interesting to see how they come forward. Smalling to Sanchez. Back with Ruben Neves to James Rodriguez. It's been cleared, but Bailly manages to nod it back towards out one of our players. Now it's James. Sanchez. James. Great ball out to Alaba. Whip it first time. Should have played it first time. It's back to Rodriguez. Takes a shot towards the near post. Rico did match it though. He's got the possession and saved West Ham a goal there, I felt. It's Alaba. Plays it to Sanchez. Great ball down to Martial. Is he going to cut in again? He tried it. It's with Rodriguez now on the edge to Pogba. Pogba with a shot from distance. Forces a save from Rico. We are going to get yet another corner. It'll be the 9th one of the game. James to swing it in. Plays a poor corner. And this might, I say might, give West Ham a chance to attack our end. Simone Zaza. Darmian has him in his pocket though. It's Dybala. Dybala plays one of them lovely balls. Sets Martial free. And unfortunately for Martial, he couldn't cap it. He couldn't manage to get himself a hat-trick. But once again, Dybala showing his quality with the final ball. So there's a highlight going on in the background. However, we're going to take Sanchez off. We're not going to bring on Ander Herrera. We're going to bring on Gribbin because it's that deep line playmaker position. You can play that quite well. We're also going to bring on Herrera for Neves. And you know what? Memphis Depay for Dybala as he's only playing a 7. Because again, we need to try now more than ever. Oh, dodgy. De Gea grabs the ball. We need to try now more than ever to get Depay back on scoring terms, back fighting fit. Because we've just lost Rashford for 3 to 4 weeks, which is a big period of time at this end of the season. You know, earlier on in the season, we can cope with that. It's no real drama. But this late in the season, he's scored the most goals for us. We definitely need to get Depay kicking on to try and replace Rashford because we're going to need all these strikers going forward. Gribbin stood over a free. He's only just come on the pitch. Callum Gribbin. One of those free kicks, and we talk about these, they just appear. You don't get to see the run up to him. But Gribbin, he did it in his last game as well. Look at that. Perfect. Callum Gribbin, the modern day David Beckham. If you're in the middle of... Oh, Memphis tried it in one from the other side. If you're in the middle of a save now, go check out Callum Gribbin. Drop it in the comments. So I don't care what year you're in, whether you're in the beginning, whether you're in the end, or wherever you're playing right now. In your save, search for Callum Gribbin and let me know in the comments where he's playing and just how generally good he looks. I don't need to run down the stats, just whether he's looking great or whether he's not been looked after at the beginning of the game and he's basically gone to shit. James now to Pogba. Pogba had thunder cookie from basically half volley from nowhere. Didn't come to anything though. Heading right into the depths of the game, it's Alaba to Gribbin. Gribbin to Pogba, James, Martial. Martial tries making himself a yard of space. He takes a shot. It was a poor one. Possession back with West Ham. It's Herrera. Forward towards Memphis, but it was cut out. It's back with Herrera. It's Pogba to James. James to Martial. Martial nicks a goal at the death. He does finally get his hat-trick. This probably means that Zidane's going to go, well played, mate, we want to buy you. But to be honest, considering we're in a commanding position in the league and have been consistently, we're doing quite well in Europe. And Real Madrid, as I say, I think the Atletico are beating them by top of the league by about 10 or 12 points at the moment. Why would he want to move? Really? Why would he want to move? So there we go then. This should be the final few kicks of the game. And that's it. Full time. 5-0. A resounding result against West Ham at Old Trafford. We're going to assertively tell the lads that we're very pleased with them. I'm going to go through now, highlight a few of the lads who played really well. See you in a second. There we go then. So what we'll do now, as usual, we'll get out of the post-match analysis screens and I'll see you on the schedule. There we go, guys. Just thought I'd show it before I got to the schedule. Martial stars in front of Zidane. The left winger, my arse, he's been playing as a striker all game. Martial scored a marvellous hat-trick, blah, blah, blah. A well-placed source close to Martial has claimed that the player desperately wants to join Real Madrid and appreciates that Real Madrid manager Zinedine Zidane has personally been to watch him on no fewer than 2 occasions so far. So he keeps turning up. They for some reason believe that a breathtaking £56 million might buy Martial. I assure you it's going to take 3 times that amount if I was to ever consider as selling him. But yeah, I just thought I'd let you in on that one. They just won't give up. Tossers. So as we head to the schedule then, guys, I would like to say thank you very much for joining me in this episode. Don't forget, Callum Gribbin, how's he getting on in your save? It doesn't have to be a United save, it might be something else you're playing. Do me a favour, if you can, go and have a look at him, drop it in the comments, because I'll be well interested. So as we look down at the schedule then, it's obvious. We've got to come back for the Monaco game. It is the next game on the schedule. However, there's a gap because of international fixtures. So there won't be much news to report on, probably, other than a shitload of international injuries, which will piss me right off. So if you have enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to leave a like on the video, guys. As you know by now, it helps the video out tremendously. You're all doing awesome with it, so thank you very much. If you're new around here, don't forget to drop a sub so you can keep up to date with everything on the Fergie way. And other than that, guys, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Don't forget, tomorrow is Saturday. Started releasing the videos at 12 o'clock in the day. So hopefully I'll see you tomorrow afternoon, where, of course, we will be facing AS Monaco in the Champions League quarter-final. Other than that, guys, I'll catch you later. See you in a bit.